Hello, everyone. Today I want to show you how to make uh, two new types of columns in your Google Sheets. I want to show you how to make a relative frequency chart and then also a cumulative frequency chart. So I'm going to type those into my headings. And I can adjust the size of this heading right here by clicking on the little space in between and then dragging it over so that my words fit. All right, so relative frequency is basically what percent of the total is this here. So we're talking about social media. And so if I'm looking at the number of likes on a post that I had on June 17th, I want to know what percent of my total likes for these posts does this one represent right here. So for the first thing I need to do is I need the total down here. We talked about this last week, but to find the total right here, I can add these up individually, or I can use the sum function to add all of them. So I'm going to hit equals and then sum, and I'm going to do my parentheses, select all of these right here, close parentheses, and then hit enter. So I've got 350 total likes for these 10 posts right here. So in order to calculate the relative frequency, I would have to do equals 41 divided by 350. Now, I can click on this value right here, and I can click divide and then the 350 down here. That gives me the relative frequency, which is about 11%. However, if I try and drag this down, what you're going to notice is it starts saying divided by 0. That's because as you move this down, this value does move down, but so does this value down here. So I need to change my formula slightly. I'm going to delete this and delete these two. So I'm going to hit equals. I'm going to click on this value over here because I know that this value is going to change as I drag things down, but I always want to divide by 350. So I'm just going to type divide by 350 right here. That gives me the same 0.11 that I had before. But now when I drag this down, we see that all of those work right here. Now, relative frequency is a probability. It's a percent of things. So I'm going to change the type of number to make it easier to read. So I'm going to go up here to Format. I'm going to click on Number, and I'm going to change that to a percent right here. So what this says is, of these 10 social media posts, my first one got 11% of my total likes. This one got 15% of my total likes, and so on and so forth. We can see our relative frequency compared to the total amount right here. Cumulative frequency is basically the sum of everything that has happened so far. So the cumulative frequency for this first post is basically just the first post. So I would click this, and I'm going to click on this cell over here, but there's no other posts that happened before it on this chart, so I don't need to add anything else with it. So I'm going to hit enter here. Now my cumulative frequency is going to include both the posts that happened on June 29th and any posts that happened before it. So I'm going to add, and then this post right here. And I'm going to keep going. I'm going to add the next row every single time. And I want to keep doing this all the way down. There are a couple of ways that this can go a little bit faster, but that's a little bit more complicated, so I'm not going to get into that right there. I'm just going to add up all of these posts as I go. And then I can keep going with this all the way down. And what we should find is as we get closer and closer to the end, is we should get to a total of 350 because we added that up already, and we know that is how many likes we got on our social media posts. And we see that we're getting closer and closer. And hopefully after we get through this last one, oh no, there we go. Going too fast made my computer slow down. We should get the same thing that we got for our total amount earlier. This can be a little bit tedious, but it would be faster than typing it into a calculator even. And there you go. We got 350 total posts, and this gives you the cumulative or the total amount up until that point. And we reached that 350 total with our last post right here. So this is how we make a relative frequency table, which is the percent of the total, and then the cumulative frequency, which is basically the sum of everything up until that point.